Wouldn't it be awesome to attract the perfect partner? Someone who's exciting and attractive, but who also has the right personality and characteristics to be a long-lasting partner. Someone who gets you and someone who you can keep the magic alive with for year after year. Have you been trying to attract the right partner or soulmate or twin flame, but so far all of your efforts have been in vain? Maybe you've heard of the law of attraction, but you're just not sure if it's something that can work for you. And maybe this is because you've tried using it before to attract someone new or to try and attract a specific person, like an ex, or maybe just someone who's unavailable, or maybe just someone that you have had your eye on. Have you not been getting the bites that you want? And would you like to know why that is? Well, in this 3-part video series, I'm going to dive in deep. And I'm going to show you why it is that some people have difficulty attracting love with the law of attraction. More importantly, I'm going to help you dive in deep so you can figure out what's been interfering with your ability to attract love. Also, I'm going to help you develop the confidence that you need in the process and the optimism that you can attract love with the law of attraction, because it's your confidence and your optimism that will take you to the finish line. Now, my name is Andrea Schulman, and I'm a law of attraction coach and educator. I work with clients around the world to help them use the law of attraction for all kinds of things, but often on the topic of love. In fact, I've helped clients with love and the law of attraction from all around the world, to here in the United States, to across the globe in countries like Australia, New Zealand, and even Hong Kong. In addition to that, I was nominated for the Law of Attraction Leader Award in 2015, and I also run a Law of Attraction resource website called raiseyourvibrationtoday.com. To begin with this topic, let me first say that even if you haven't attracted love yet with the Law of Attraction, the Law of Attraction is always working. And it works because it's always giving us what we expect about life and circumstances. Now, when most people learn about the law of attraction, they learn that their thoughts create things. However, this idea is a tad bit misleading. It isn't exactly your thoughts that create things, but it's actually the combination of your thoughts coupled with your beliefs and expectations. And this is a really important thing to understand. Now, this is why so many people struggle to find love with the law of attraction. In an effort to align their thoughts, they may practice visualizations, they may do vision boards, they may do affirmations, they may do meditations, all designed to align their thoughts with the perfect mate. But it isn't until they change their expectations that they will actually have success. And until you change your expectations, all of those strategies like visualization and meditation and affirmation just won't work. Now, this is why when clients come to me looking to find love with the law of attraction, the very first thing that I do is help them to uncover their limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs are really the most important thing we have to wrap our mind around before we can proceed and attract the things that we want. So, what is a limiting belief? A limiting belief is essentially any kind of excuse that we've been telling ourselves as to why we can't have what we want. It's this belief, sometimes a belief that we're aware of, and sometimes it's a belief in our subconscious. But it's some kind of rationalization that we have as to why we can't have the things that we want. There are all kinds of limiting beliefs out there, especially when it comes to the topic of love. Some limiting beliefs are very, very common, such as girls are only attracted to bad guys, or opposites attract. Some are more personal, like I'm unlovable, or I'm not confident enough to attract the right kind of partner. Even beyond that, some of them are particularly interesting. Some people believe they can't have the love that they want because of karma or because of things that happened in a past life. There's all kinds of reasons that we have developed over the years to rationalize why we haven't yet attracted love. Now, I'm not saying that these limiting beliefs don't exist. In fact, if you've been carrying a limiting belief for a long time, it probably does exist in your reality, because your reality is always a reflection back to you of what you believe and you expect. So if I'm carrying a common limiting belief, like there's only one person out there for you, if I have that limiting belief, I'm probably going to experience that limiting belief in my life. It's probably going to be very hard for me to find love. And if I find love and lose love, it's going to feel really hard for me to find another romantic partner. If I carry the common limiting belief that opposites attract, I'm probably going to find that I tend to attract to me partners who are very different from me, even if I would like to attract someone who's a little bit more similar. If I carry the limiting belief that girls are always attracted to bad guys, as a woman, I'm probably going to find myself attracted only to guys who are dangerous and maybe bad for me, even if I'd like to date a nicer guy. Limiting beliefs are the reason why some people end up in dead-end relationships, while others hop from one bad relationship to the next. Limiting beliefs are the reason why some people can't find anyone to date at all, and they're also the reason why some people who find love can't get their partners to commit and take things to the next level. Limiting beliefs are to blame when we find ourselves hung up on our ex, and also when we find ourselves attracted to unavailable men or women. It all boils down to limiting beliefs. The real trick to the law of attraction is learning how to identify and transform limiting beliefs that are interfering with your ability to find love. If you're carrying any beliefs, either consciously or subconsciously, that finding a relationship will be hard, or that the relationship will be dysfunctional, or that it will lose magic over time, then that belief will play out in your reality, because that's just how the law of attraction works. We get what we believe. So often when people first learn about the law of attraction and they want to apply it to their love life, they try to make it happen before they're actually ready. So again, they may try to do a visualization or an affirmation or do a vision board, but those limiting beliefs are still hanging out and being projected. And so this is problematic, because as long as you're carrying those limiting beliefs, you'll continue not to attract the love that you want. And then because you aren't having success, you're more likely to get discouraged. And this is very problematic, because with the law of attraction, there needs to be an absence of focus on the limiting beliefs, and there also has to be optimism that the process will work and that you can create love in your life. To address this issue of limiting beliefs and to help you identify and transform them, I have developed a very easy exercise that you can use today, and we're actually going to try it out right now. So if you don't have anything to write with right now, go ahead and pause the video and grab a piece of paper and something to write with. Now that you have something to write with, I want you to think back to the last time that you either had a failed relationship or the last time that you liked somebody, but it didn't turn into a relationship. So I want you to think back to the last disappointment that you've had in love. And I want you to think about that time. And I want you now, with your piece of paper, I want you to write down all of the possible reasons why it went wrong. Why didn't that relationship work out? Or why didn't it get off the ground? There are no wrong answers here. Jot down as many as you can and get to at least 5 or 6. So go ahead and pause the video again and flesh out this list as much as you can. Okay, so now you should have a list of reasons why it didn't work out the last time. And hopefully you have at least 5 or 6 reasons, but really the more the merrier. And this is because this list is a window into your limiting beliefs. So when you look at this list, you're essentially looking at all of the rationalizations as to why you can't have what you want. Now, how do I know this? Well, You get whatever you believe and you get whatever you expect. So if you look at something that happened and decode why it didn't work out, those are the beliefs you were emitting that created that particular situation. And understanding those things is the key to getting them turned around. So how do we examine this list and really understand your limiting beliefs? Well, I think it's best done with an example. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that one of your reasons why your last relationship didn't work was because you said your ex was a jerk. Now, in that statement is a limiting belief that your ex was a jerk, but it may also mean that you believe all guys are jerks, or maybe you believe most guys are jerks, or maybe you believe you're attracted to guys who are jerks. Think about what you believe about jerks and relationships, and you'll be able to easily identify your limiting belief. Let's try another example. Let's say that one of the reasons you wrote down was that the reason your last relationship didn't work was because it was long distance. Now, when we look at that statement, we can tell that you have a limiting belief that long distance relationships won't work. Let's try another one. Let's say that one of the things you wrote down was the reason it didn't work out was because your parents didn't approve of your girlfriend. Well, from that statement, we can tell that you may have a limiting belief that you have to get your parents' approval, or that your parents are going to be critical of everyone that you meet, or they're never going to let you find the love of your life. So think about this list, because this list is really the key. It's the window into what's going on psychologically, what beliefs you are projecting out into the world. So now that we know what your limiting beliefs are, how do we change them? How do we go from limiting belief to empowering belief? Well, the first step is to simply lessen your focus on the beliefs. Give it less airtime in your life. Okay, so again, let's say that one of my limiting beliefs from my list ended up being that I believe that most guys are jerks. Okay, and that's something that I can really get behind because I'm pretty sure I feel that way. Most guys are jerks. Once I have identified that belief, I'm going to reduce focus on it by not talking about it, by not reading about it, by not paying it much attention at all. So I'm not going to read books about guys who are jerks. I'm not going to read people's posts on Facebook or social media about guys who are jerks. I'm not going to talk to my mom about guys that are jerks. Every time the topic comes up, I'm going to do my best to put it aside and talk about something else. And if it's a big belief and it's a belief you've really been carrying and it's very, very strong, you might see that there's a number of times in each day that you have to redirect your focus. But understand that the less you focus on that belief, the more it will reduce, because with the law of attraction, you get more of what you are focused on. So the more focused you are on that belief, the more evidence you will see of it out in your life. The less you can focus, the more it will shrink down, and you'll see less evidence of there being guys who are jerks. In addition to lessening your focus on the limiting beliefs, we're also going to replace the limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Okay, and the way that you do this is by finding the opposite of the belief. So if one of your limiting beliefs is that most guys are jerks, the opposite of that is that most guys are nice guys. And once you identify the opposite, start giving the opposite more airtime. Talk about guys who are nice guys. Look for guys who are nice guys. Read books about guys who are nice guys. Pay attention to that kind of feedback in your surroundings. So what happens over time is you lessen the focus on the jerks and you start to widen your focus on the nice guys, and this action will put more nice guys into your dating pool for you. Okay? You could do the same thing with long distance relationships if that's one of your hangups. If you have a belief that long distance relationships don't work, instead of talking about it and focusing on it and reading it and writing social media posts on it, we're going to lessen that focus. And at the same time, we're going to start looking for evidence of long distance relationships that do work out, and we're going to start talking about them and reading about them and listening to songs about them. Now, if you're looking for some evidence for either one of those, the guys are jerks or long distance relationships don't work, you can start with me. My husband and I started off with a long distance relationship, but we ended up getting married within about a year, and we've been married for 10 years since. In addition to that, he's a pretty nice guy. So those are two pieces of evidence if you were carrying either one of those limiting beliefs to help you overcome them and change them with more empowering ones. So if you've been trying to attract love, but it just isn't happening the way you want it to, the answer is always in your limiting beliefs. Now, I've got lots of suggestions on how to identify and transform limiting beliefs, but that one's a really easy one. Just ask yourself why the last relationship didn't work out, analyze your list of reasons, and then find the limiting belief in the reason and start to look for the opposite. Give less airtime to what you don't like and more airtime to what you do like. And the beauty of this is this practice will not only help you attract love, but it will help you attract the kind of partner you really want. If you want a nice guy, if you want someone you get along with, if you want someone that gets you, if you want someone you're compatible with, you can adjust those beliefs and start looking for evidence that you can have those things. And that's going to make your journey with the law of attraction and love much, much easier and more successful. So now you've identified some of your limiting beliefs and you're on your way to transforming them to empowering beliefs. The other thing we really need to do, however, is we need to help you boost your optimism. So often when people try to attract love and it fails, they get discouraged. And this lowers how much they believe that they can actually attract love with the law of attraction. So staying positive and optimistic, even when you're not quite there yet, is really important to the process. In the next video in this series, I'm going to offer you an easy law of attraction tip you can use to both increase your optimism and to make you believe that you can do this with the law of attraction. You can attract love. I'm going to help you develop the faith that you've got what it takes. What I'm going to teach you is I'm going to teach you how you can get a positive reaction out of a potential love interest. This is a really effective technique you can use so that when you're talking to someone that you like or that you're interested in, you can ensure that they smile at you or that they're open to talking to you. So you don't get the brush off, or they're not mean to you, or they're not dismissive of you. I can show you how to do that, guaranteed. So make sure that you keep your eyes peeled for the next video because it's really going to help you get that confidence that you need in order to close the deal. Thanks so much for watching the first video in this series on love attraction. I am honored to have the opportunity to share these ideas with you because it makes me really excited to think about helping more and more people find the love that they really want to have with the law of attraction. I would love to hear what you have to say about this topic and these ideas that I presented here today. So please do me a favor, shoot me a comment or a question or any of your thoughts below so I can have the opportunity to see what you think about this. But thanks again for watching the video, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.